Here we go. Mops out, boys! Drop those suckers! Hello valued viewers, I hope you're all doing very well. Today we're going to run our version of the historic Operation Midnight Hammer performed by the US Air Force and US Navy on the 21st and 22nd of June 2025. The primary goal was to seriously damage the Fordo, Natanz and Esfahan nuclear facilities in Iran, these sites already having been damaged by Israeli Air Force strikes over the past days. The IAF strikes did not have the required penetrating power to reach some of the critical underground infrastructure. This meant that the US follow-up strikes had to be based around the huge 30,000-pound GBU-57 Massive Ordnance Penetrator, or MOP, which was specifically developed over the past few years for this task. The MOPs were to be carried aboard 7 B-2 stealth bombers. Operating from Whiteman Air Force Base in USA, the 7 B-2s took off at 0000 hours EDT on the 21st and headed east to Iran. Simultaneously, at least 2 additional B-2s took off and headed west as part of a deception ploy. Over the next 17 hours, the 7 eastbound B-2s refueled multiple times from an enormous tanker air bridge having been set up earlier to facilitate the strike. The air bridge consisted of, quote, dozens and dozens of tankers. At 1700 EDT, the bombers reached CENTCOM's jurisdiction. At this point, the strike started in earnest. A single US Navy SSGN, likely the USS Georgia, an Ohio-class submarine, launched around 30 UGM-109 Tomahawk cruise missiles at targets in Esfahan. These would take around 2 hours to get to target. Next, a large 4th and 5th gen support package joined and flew ahead of the B-2 bombers to clear their path to the target. Details are fairly scant about the support package, but we estimate US Air Force F-22s for the air superiority, US Navy FA-18G Growlers for electronic warfare, F-16 CJs for suppression of enemy air defences, F-15Es for decoy work, and F-35s for close escort and swing roll. Just before 1900 EDT, the Tomahawks hit Esfahan. At the same time, 6 of the B-2s arrived over Fordo, where 12 MOPs were dropped sequentially on multiple ventilation shafts to penetrate deep into the mountain. The remaining B-2 dropped its 2 MOPs on the Natanz site. Immediately after the strike, the B-2s and the support flights exited Iran. No Iranian fighters were scrambled, and no SAMs were reported to have been fired. The B-2s returned at Whiteman late on the 22nd of June. Midnight Hammer was recorded as the second longest range bombing raid in history, the longest being the B-2 strike, again from Whiteman, on Afghan targets during the Afghan War. In this strike, the B-2s flew the other way around the world to get to target. And we're in a great position, viewers, where we have the exact terrain we need in our sim to do this strike. We have Iraq here. I'm just going to work my way roughly around the border. We have Syria here. We have a little bit of Jordan there, a little bit of Saudi Arabia here, and the west of Iran around here, featuring the exact geographic points of our 3 targets: Fordo, Natanz and Esfahan, and Tehran, the capital, is about there. So we're going to start in this position here, as our package, which by the way is nearly 200 miles in length, is just reaching the Iranian border. So that is 1805 EDT. The centre is obviously the 7 B-2s taken off from Whiteman Air Force Base performing strike. They are about 100 miles from the Iranian border at this time. Each is going to be carrying 2 GBU-57 MOPs, and the keen-eyed amongst you will note that this is not actually a B-2, it's actually a B-21, which is a very similar aircraft. It's just easier for me to use B-21s as it's modelled a lot better in DCS. It'll do the same job. They will fly high and relatively fast, about 400 miles, split when they get to Sear Point 1 around here. The 6 will go to Fordo and 1 will go to Natanz. In terms of the actual targets themselves, I've tried to get the exact coordinates from the real-life bases. I apologise if I've made a mistake, but I believe this is the mountain area here that Fordo backs onto, so I've tried to get that right. In terms of the actual targets, it's going to be the ventilation shafts, which I've modelled as this small building here. So today we're trying to destroy here 6 ventilation shafts. That's not quite how it happened in real life, but just to judge success, that's going to make an easy way of doing it. Natanz I've modelled about in the right place, and and I've modelled just one ventilation shaft there that needs destroying. Finally, we've got Esfahan further to the south. That's going to be a much bigger target that needs taking out with the 30 or so Tomahawks. The B2s will take about 50 to 55 minutes to get to target from start. Meanwhile, launching from the Persian Gulf is an Ohio-class SSGN. Now, in real life, it didn't launch from here, obviously. It launched further out in the Arabian Sea, but I have limits, as you can see, to where my map goes. So today, it's going to fire before the real one fired much closer. It's still a long way away. It's still like 800 miles. Next, the escort package, which is where my humans are going to be taking part. So, guys, where do we start? Let's probably start with the F-22. 8 F-22 Raptors took part. They were running forward air superiority, and we're going to run them nearly 200 miles in front of the B-2s. Now, there's some dispute about where they originated. Some say they took off from Lakenheath, England, operated through Jordan, and then headed east. Some say Al Defra, UAE, and some say Al Deed in Qatar. Those 8 will be spread out about 120 miles north to south, flown by AI with drop tanks, 6 long-range AIM-120D3 and a couple of short-range missiles. Next, 8 F-35As from Al Udeid in Qatar, running close escort for the B-2s there, and there, armed with similar but slightly less missiles, same long-range AMRAAMs, sidewinders, and fuel tanks. Next, we have 6 F-15E Strike Eagles from Lakenheath. I know that because they also flew over my house, operating, we believe, from Incirlik in Turkey. They will be running MALD decoys, 6 of them in pairs, each with our version of 4 MALD long-range decoys. They will get to 100 miles before the target, then they will launch their total 24 decoys around the target to hostile radars and SAM sites. They look just like the strike package, so that will confuse any radars that have picked us up. Next, any modern strike will have associated with it electronic warfare. The airspace electromagnetically needs to be shut down ahead of the strike force. So there will be 4 FA-18G Growlers from the CV Carl Vincent operating in the Arabian Gulf, running electronic warfare, usual Growler wizardry and jammers to do the thing they do. Finally, there may or may not have been active surface-to-air missiles between the strike group and the target. We know none were fired in real life, but there could still well have been active SAMs that have not been taken out by the IAF. And very much in our simulation, because we want to be shot at, we're going to have active SAMs, guys. We're going to have 10 residual SA-10s here, here, and here, and we're going to have to take them out. If we don't take them out, they are going to shoot at our aircraft, and they're almost certainly going to shoot at the B-2s when they fly directly overhead, so we need to act. We're going to have up to 10 F-16 CJs operating from Jordan, and I'm not sure where they flew from to get to Jordan. Similar to real life, we're going to take 4 HARMs. It may have been HARMs, it may have been AGM-88E ARGMs they were using. They do pretty much the same job against SAMs. Some AMRAAM sidewinders, HGS, and jammer pod for our operation, guys. We're going to have 3 flights. Each flight will operate independently, linked intra-flight. The first thing we're going to do when we spawn in, guys, is link up with a local tanker, and that's just simulating a little bit of tanking that had to happen. A huge amount of tanking had to happen, and so let's pay homage to it. Approximately 30 KC-135, KC-10 and KC-46 were needed for the air bridge and for tanking around the area, and possibly it was even more. So the first thing we're going to do, guys, we're going to jump straight onto a tanker, do a bit of token air-to-air refueling. Once the strike package starts reaching us, we're going to come off the tanker, we're going to start heading to target and do our job, which is, of course, taking out the SAM sites, disabling them, suppressing them. And welcome in, viewers. Today's F-16 pilots are Fire, Simba, Poosh, Harath, Grump, Dark, Wardog, me, Cannibal, and Zup's just joining. Hello, boys.
Hello. Ahoy.
Hello. Guys, we're bending history a bit because we want to see the B2s take off, /B21. So we're at White Man here. It's not actually White Man, it's somewhere else. I'm going to let you guess where it is, viewers, but it's a big base because we don't have White Man in our sim. Guys, please taxi out left to the runway so we can watch the B2s. And if you're sexy, you'll also have your canopies open.
16s do not taxi with the canopy open.
F-16s absolutely did not operate from Whiteman, viewers. In fact, we don't know where they operated from. They just seem to have originated out of nowhere and appeared in Jordan. So let me know if you know where they came from, please.
But I do like all the upgraded scenery that they did at Whiteman. I didn't know they installed palm trees.
They did. They added it to Whiteman just for this reenactment, guys.
gonna say, the place I play volleyball, they bring in palm trees every year.
It's bumpy.
Not the
that's right.
inflatable kind, Dark. Not the inflatable kind.
Guys, the professionalism went straight out the window as soon as I started taxiing. Now everyone's just racing to get to the B2s. This strike, viewers, it's been rehearsed for months, maybe even years. We've even done our own reenactments because we predicted, we followed the war zone and other outlets, and they predicted exactly this would happen. This exact air bridge has been rehearsed, this exact B2 bombing route has been rehearsed, the GBU-57 has been made. They knew this strike was going to happen, and it's finally happened. They kind of found an excuse to run it. The interesting difference is we always assumed that the B2s would not come from America. Not directly, if you know what I mean. We always assumed they were coming from Diego Garcia, which is a B2 kind of holding point. Oh, look, there's one right there, look. But they didn't. They came straight from Whiteman. Okay, first aeroplane going off. Oh no, the first one we've missed. What you'll see is the first two heading west. That's a right turn, because that's a southbound runway. Heading out to Guam, I believe they went, wasn't it, guys, as the decoy?
That's what Fox News is reporting anyway.
Roger, guys. As well as that, viewers, we're working in a shifted time zone here because I wanted it not to be fully night. The real one was done in fully night. They took off in fully night and they chased the sun around the world, or they didn't chase the sun around the world. They went around the world so fast the sun reappeared. God, that's so weird. 17 hours later, and so everything was basically in the dark. But it makes a crap video. So we're shifting, phasing the daylight hours.
Those B2s look like they were on a diet.
Yes, they are a little bit lighter, aren't they? Yeah, but they're cheaper. 700 million instead of 2 billion.
I've actually been to Whiteman before and saw B2s coming in.
Okay.
I went there when I was in high school. I was part of junior ROTC, and that was one of the summer leadership schools was actually at Whiteman. And surely it did not have the palm trees, but I tell you what, it probably felt like Guam. It was hot and it was humid.
Roger.
Little east of the middle of the country.
East, that's what I need. I need polar coordinates because I know where New York is and I know where Cali is, and that's all I know.
I mean, you'll land in Kansas, but just go a little bit east of there, you'll be fine.
Alright, this should be the first guy that's turning east. Either that or this mission's going to go terribly wrong. Real early.
Ooh, Cap, you want to know what else they had at Whiteman?
I do.
Decommissioned nuclear silos.
Huh. Decommissioned what? They would fire ICBMs?
I would assume, I think it was the Minutemen silos that they had there. They have, one of them open still for, as kind of like a museum if you ever go on the base.
Regards to damage, guys, we should probably talk about that. The GBU-57s have been dropped down ventilation holes, or, weak points in the earth. No one knows how far down they went, but they presumably went very far down, 200-300 feet maybe. But no one knows also how much damage has been done. Come on, someone give me a prediction. Have they really absolutely crumpled that mountain where Fordo is? Or have they done only superfluous damage?
I think unless somebody actually goes to the site and assesses the damage, they won't know. Because looking at satellite imagery, like open source from Maxar, just shows small craters in the ground where there was obviously something, drilled through the hole, through the ground. But you don't see any massive cave-ins or anything like that. You just see what basically looks like a drill hole.
It reminds me a bit of the World War II earthquake bombs that Britain used to drop. They used to drop, I think they were £18,000 to do a very similar task. They would penetrate through the ground, shake the ground, and it wasn't the blast per se that did the damage. It was the shaking of the ground, and it knocked bridges down and stuff like that.
That's the thing. It's a 30,000-pound bomb, so it's going to have a lot of explosive power to it. It's going to be enough to cause a lot of damage.
6,000 pounds of explosives.
Oh, there you go.
He's talking about the kinetic energy of its impact.
I worked on the MOP when I was at Edwards. I was part of the development team, and I really have a hard time believing anything is left up there.
I mean, it's designed to penetrate 60 meters of ground before exploding, and if it had a ventilation shaft it got to go down through before, that's Star Wars shit right there.
Looking at the post-damage assessment, it looks like a typical GR mission where we've just forgotten to arm it.
Gone through.
It just looks like drill holes. You don't really see any evidence of some massive blast or anything.
And a bomb sitting in the crater.
In modern weapons engineering, sometimes it's not about creating an explosion that creates an outward blast. Sometimes it's about creating the explosion that creates a vacuum to suck the structure in on itself.
I mean, think about SyncX. We did a video on that not too long ago. It wasn't designed to hit the ship. It was designed to blow up underneath the ship and create
Bend
a
the
hole
keel.
for the ship to drop into and
That's right.
bend the keel.
Yeah.
I mean, if this is Whiteman, yeah, this definitely reminds me of Whiteman. Like doing PT at this time when the sun's coming up.
Huh.
One thing about the MOPs design, original design, was back in the Afghanistan days when, when we first started testing it. And so, there was the big concern about, or the question of, okay, if they've got really deep hideouts, bases, if you will, underneath the mountains in Afghanistan, how to get to them. And I know all the news is talking about, it was just designed for this kind of, really this thing in the 2015 timeframe. It was, 8 years earlier than that we were really putting it together.
I was unaware of that, and am I right in saying MOAB is for surface destruction, MOP is for subterranean?
We have used a MOAB in Afghanistan to specifically against caves, and you might wonder how that works. We used it basically to suck all of the oxygen out of any of those caves, or not really suck it out, more so create a pressure wave that would effectively kill anybody inside those caves.
Oof. Not for me. Right, in you come, guys. Quick takeoff, and then guess what? We're not going to fly 17 hours to Iran. Off go the boys. Chopper, 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 chopper. Meow.
Oh, we're not doing a mass formation.
No.
This is the mass formation. Go, go, go.
Right, I'm coming. Waited as long as I dare.
That's what she said.
Alright, viewers, 17 hours, multiple refuelings, and the funny thing about tankers is I'm reading about tankers at the moment, British tankers in the 1980s, but the same will be the same now. In that when you see a tanker out, over the ocean, like we'd have to have here, the first thing to say is that tanker's not alone. That tanker has other tankers refueling it. It's so weird, or at least the British do, so I don't see why the Americans wouldn't have to do it as well. So you'd have to have a whole support air wing plus of tankers supporting each other to stay on station so far out. The other thing that I've learned is that I thought you would have tankers at the extremities of the range of the strike package of the bombers, but instead you have to have them such that strike aircraft, the B-2, in case of failure at any point can always make it to a divert airbase. So you have to very specifically place this tanker air bridge so that at no point will a stricken B-2 not have enough fuel to land. I just found it interesting. Right, anyway, we're going to leave them for 17 hours, guys. I'm going to celebrate by doing a little roll. And let's go to Iraq. Welcome, viewers, to 17 hours later, or maybe 16 hours later. No, it's 17 hours later. Alright, let's see what's going on. First, the SSGN should have fired. Has she fired? Yes, she has. 30 Tomahawks being fired. In real life, they were fired many hundreds, well over 1,000 miles further away, but we have restrictions, so we're just doing it for a few hundred miles away. We have our 8 Raptors, 180 miles ahead of the strike package, clearing air superiority. We have Growlers running electric warfare, or they will be once they get into Iran or closer to the target. We got F-15s running 4 long-range decoys each. When they fire those decoys will be shot at by the SAMs. We've got 8 F-35s running close escort cap boxing around the B-21s, the B-2s, and we've got the B-2s themselves in an unrealistic close formation because we like it, and it doesn't really make any difference for what we're doing today. Got a few minutes just to have a little play around with this tanker, viewers, and it's just really homage to say that none of these long-range strikes, or really any meaningful strikes, work without an air wing of tankers. They're so important.
Someone's topped off.
Well done. Next one. We've got time, so plug yourself in. Raptors are sort of just passing us, but they're allowed to get slightly ahead anyway for air superiority. They're not going to get shot at by the SAMs, or very unlikely they're going to be shot at by the SAMs, so probably one more guy can take on a few pounds. Other than that, it may be a good idea to start getting your weapons sorted as well, guys. So what do we got here? Plop, plop, plop. Power on. Not soy. Soy. Master arm on. Alright. I am ready to engage. Oh, there's the Raptors right above us. Look at that. Amazing. In real life, in case you skipped the beginning, all this was done in the dead of night, obviously, as pretty much any modern strike is done for obvious reasons, but we don't want to do that because it makes a terrible video. Who's refueling at the moment? Another 2 Raptors ahead.
Cannonball.
Roger, Cannonball. You'll be the last one because we don't want to fall too far behind the Raptors. Raptors have passed us by 5 miles. We're there. Push is just catching us up. Growlers, F-15s. Blah, 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 blah. Check on the cruise missiles. Cruise missiles are approaching Iran. Guys, I think that's our cue to start heading east towards Iran. And let's go. Look for radiation. No radiation at the moment. You might want to climb to a superior altitude as well. Probably a good idea, guys. I'll suggest about 080, guys. Alright, up we go. Raptors 10 miles ahead of us. You can see us. Hello. It's me. Make me secure, Raptor.
Simba, do we want to confirm our harm setup?
Yep.
Okay, so are we doing have Haz on the left side, and on the right side we have it set for position pre-brief?
POS.
EOM, EOU, BB.
Oh, EOM.
Okay, we want to do EOM.
No idea what you nerds are talking about.
Trying to be effective with harm lobbing.
Oh, sorry, which group are you? Unbelievable, guys.
Short bus.
Yep, short bus.
That's better. Throw missiles at stuff. What altitude are you guys going to? You fly more F-16 than me.
I'm gonna climb up to 31.
31, that works just right. Leveling out now. A TDOA data. Thank you, guys. I like that data.
I got PGM-2 on a Big Bird.
Wow, that was quick. Can't even see any radiation yet.
PGM-1.
Are you sure, Simba?
Yeah, same.
Yep,
Oh,
100%.
there it is.
100 miles out.
All right,
This
well.
is what happens when you have it linked.
So just to explain what's going on, viewers, these F-16s, we're all linked together in a data link, just like in real life. Oh, I've got to make a correction. I said they're CJs, they're not. They're CMs. They're CMs. I get confused. We're all data linking together to triangulate the exact position of that Big Bird radar, which is part of the SA-10. So well done, guys, for doing that 100 and God knows miles out. Shows what modern tech can do. All we need now is a missile that can go that far. Arkham can't go that far. Harm can't go that far. Checking on the overview, 13 hours. The Tomahawks are well inside Iran here. Flying a bit high, they look a bit vulnerable. We've got F-22 still leading the way, and we can see our own F-16 cons now. We're 100 miles away from the first SA-10. Growlers are now emitting and jamming signals throughout this area of Iran. And if you want to know how that works, then ask someone else, because I haven't got the foggiest. F-15s are going another 300 miles before they launch their decoys, so nothing's going to happen with those. F-35s are looking pretty, trying to save fuel. And finally, of course, the big sexy bombers.
Short bus 1-1's going to lazily list to the left to have a kind of a northern shot at the site.
Roger. Careful not to catch up Raptors. Otherwise, all is well. Lovely bit of terrain around here. Very mountainous area. We've done a video mission the other day when we were hunting, not the Scuds, what they call the ballistic missile launchers, around these areas. And there are lots of areas where those missile launchers can't operate. There's small pockets of land where they can go, like kind of that there. Which I guess made it easier for us. But that said, they hide in the mountains, so they have caves in the mountains.
15 miles out from being able to send the first one.
F-16 calculates your energy and puts it into your range ring.
Something's gone wrong with my plane. I've got no fuel. Oh, I forgot to put fuel tanks on. What an idiot. I should have put long-range fuel tanks on. I forgot. I was such a hurry to get this mission done. Well, I appear to have completely screwed your fuel up, guys. So you've got to find a way of saving fuel immeasurably. I was expecting us to have
Just
like,
don't use afterburner.
Never mind.
I think I have plenty. I'm used to this stuff.
You gave us a jamming pods instead of tanks.
Yeah, I made this. Well, you know what?
Yeah, I always punch my tanks off early. You're just experiencing dark life today.
Some commander somewhere has made a big screw up, viewers, and forgotten to give us our tanks, which we, of course, would have had. We would have had probably 2 harms, 3 tanks, I would suggest, and a couple of missiles. But there you go. We like a challenge. Guys, we like a challenge, so we've got to dodge these missiles without using any kind of fuel. So have fun with that. I'll just be watching.
Anybody else from short bus flight in max range?
I'm just about max range right now, and I'm a ways back, so you should be in range, Grump, unless you're low.
Earth and range.
No, I'm echelon right to Simba.
But it's out of my footprint, so I can't actually fire yet. How fast are you going, Simba?
TMS left long.
You hit TMS left long, and that asks all your wingmen to then try and get a range to the same target, and that does the triangulation. And that's how you get to PGM-1 quick.
Yeah, that's nice and all, but I still can't TMS up on the target that I see that you have.
It's because it's out of range, Grump, out of kinematic range, that's why.
No.
Yeah, it don't.
Is your pylon
on the HSD? You have the HSD pulled up on the left?
Oh, HSD. No, I've got the weapon page.
Yeah,
Oh, there we
no,
go.
I'm sorry, the HAD. Pull the HAD up, the HAD up.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at, the HAD. And
Yep.
I'm trying to lock it. It's not locking. It's because it's out of the range.
Because I'm in range, but it's not locking. I've got the same issue.
Uh-oh, have we found a bug?
Me
Tell me
too.
we haven't found a bug. Tell me we haven't found a bug.
Is it because Simba's got a lock on it now? Because I'm showing him locked.
All right.
Yeah, I think it's because he's
Simba firing.
we're donating, so we can't shoot
Simba.
on it.
Yep, it is, because I could lock it after him.
Yep.
I dropped it, though. Someone else can have it.
Simba's fired.
Up, I got it now. Yep, it's because once it's locked up, you hit.
It is
I
a
got it.
feature, not the bug.
Too.
So you're saying only one guy can lock it at once? I'm
Somebody
shot.
must have the
I get
clamshell.
shot. I'm out of here. Good luck, guys. Things have all happened.
I can't lock the clamshell because somebody else has something locked.
Here's where a manpad shoots me friggin' down.
There we go.
We got it.
Yep. And PGM-1 and Magnum.
Shoot, suck up. Can you post the BDA? God damn it, this missile won't leave me alone. Cap climbing back to altitude slowly.
Grumpsman, launch that. Going defensive.
Roger. There, I see it. Yeah, missile out. Die! Okay, they're trying to shoot the harm down. Going for overview.
Simba's jamming.
Run, guys.
Grump's music on.
Oh, there are 4 missiles out on it thus far from us. First one shot down. We need more saturation. There's 2 coming in at Mark 2. They might stand a chance. Defensive fire from Sam's side. 2 out against harms, probably. Yep,
Grump
definitely
missile
against
defeated.
harms.
Turning back hot.
Come on. Damn! Next harm
Alright,
shot
Magnum.
down. Keep going, guys. If
We're
nothing else, we're wasting its missiles.
We're just launching one, or
Crap. I would say fire
Oh,
it.
cannonball, Magnum.
I don't really know what the answer is, Poosh. More defensive missiles out.
Up, Magnum.
One's coming in fast. It might sneak through.
Simba defensive.
One might get through here. Come on, baby. Oh, God, it's going to waste all of our damn missiles. Ah, damn, shot down. More missiles. You've got to dodge properly. Don't piss around with these things.
We can also wild weasel to help.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Well, you're definitely draining it. Man, there's a lot of missiles going airborne right now.
This thing can really defend itself. Right, we've got 2 more going in.
Earth Magnum, clamshell.
Have we just run out of missiles, guys? I can't see. It's not obviously firing. We may be about to neutralise it the old-fashioned way, just making it waste all of its missiles. I would hold fire at this point, guys. I would say it's out of ammo. If it's out of ammo, it's dead. Missiles are about to start striking. I think it's a track radar down. I think we've done our job
that's
there.
a big kill by Zup.
Save ammo. Start moving to site 2 on a vector of 1, 1, 0. And we've got to get a shift on as well because the flight's catching up with us. Never as easy as you think these things are going to be, viewers. Never.
Grump shack clamshell.
I've got it. I've got the next one locked. I'm way out ahead of you. I kind of went around to the south of that SAM site and watched.
When you fire, will not just depend on your buddies, will also depend on the strike package. Obviously, we can't let the strike package get shot, so just...
Short bus, let's go on a heading of 098 for the FAR. Let's say 10.
Raptors are overflying it.
098.
And then not shooting at the Raptors, which is good news. Roger, you guys are going for that one. We're going for this one. Understood. Fire, you're with us on the second one. The F-15s are 100 miles from second SAM.
We got Tally on Big Bird, third site.
clamshell on second sight.
I'm just about max range.
Yeah, I'm 2,600 pounds of fuel, probably got about 10 minutes play time.
Jesus Christ, that went bad.
Oof. Yeah.
Go very high and very slow.
Alright, we're 96 miles out from the target.
Fire, you are 40 miles from target 2. F-22s passing over top now, having no issues. Reporting radiation. Growlers attempting to jam.
Yeah, short bus is going for the final SA-10 site, I think.
Make sure you're always ahead of the F-15s, please, because we're protecting them to make sure they fire against you. All right, fire. Talk us through it.
Magnum ×4.
Fire, act as Wild Weasel without running out of fuel. Firing
Dark, are you able to lock the clamshell? Yeah. Grump, if you want to back off, either let Hearth or Dark take it. Hearth's only got 2,000 pounds of fuel, so he's probably going to want to fire his missiles and turn home.
Yeah, I'm not requesting donor, so should be able to lock, really.
You can't be locking it at all either.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, unlocked.
Fired at. What did you shoot at?
Clamshell.
Yeah, got the big bird locked.
Oh, all missiles. Oh, there's a missile that got through. There's a missile that got through. Fire! Boom! You hit something. I don't know what it was.
Gem 1.
Clamshell's dead.
What does that mean? What's his operational status with that dead? It can still fire, can't it?
Yeah, it's still got the flap lid and big bird, so it can still shoot.
Fire. We've got to take another radar down, guys.
See that? It's not happy with me.
Magnum is up fired.
Roger. Okay, the Growlers have just passed me, so I need to keep ahead of those. They're very ambitious.
Is anybody else from short bus still not fired?
It's up, lose altitude faster. Straight down.
Nobody from short bus is fired yet.
Copy.
I'm still well out of range, I'm afraid.
Push Magnum ×4.
Well done. Don't take any chances when trying to beat these
Bird or
things.
the SA-10?
Yep. Push is gone.
I've got lock on the clamshell.
Now, Poosh, what did you fire on?
On a 16 hit. Yeah,
Poosh,
dangerous
what did
missile.
you fire on?
Yep, he got me.
He's not gonna tell you, Cannonball.
Okay, Grump's in range.
Cannonball, when can you fire?
Are you within range?
I'm in Wes now.
Oh, 1
but
minute.
At the edge of my Wes.
Alright, just call out your shot so that Grump can fire
Someone's
with
got it
you.
locked.
Yeah,
Magnum.
I've unlocked it until you're ready to fire. I don't want to shoot one single one and just have it get shot down.
Magnum.
Yep.
F-15's at risk now. We need them to
Cannonball
survive.
Magnum. Magnum ×3. Go in defensive.
If not, we're going to drain it the old-fashioned way.
Run it the
Are
old-fashioned
you in
way.
range?
One away.
You can commence firing, Grump.
Copy that. Commencing fire.
3.
Clamshell locked. In range.
Grump Magnum clamshell.
Well done, boys.
Go ahead and fire.
Magnum ×4.
Oh, the what do you call it? The decoy is being fired. Decoy is out from F-15s. We've just done our job. We've just done our job, guys. Hopefully that F-15 is not going to get shot at.
Shoot at me all you want, just don't shoot those harms.
Sim, I'm going to rejoin on you.
Got one of them.
Copy.
I think
Come
one of
on.
the harms made it through.
Come on, Harm. Come on,
Cannonball
Harm.
looks like it's making it.
I need you to hit. Boom. Summer's
Yes.
down. Shot. I think that's it
S300
pacified. I think that's it
track radar
pacified.
dead.
Jesus, that blew the missiles up about a mile before it hit the F-15s. That could not be any closer. And sexier,
Oh.
but closer.
I'm getting tracked.
Grump's getting tracked. We've woken it up.
All right, Site 3, down you go. Oh, we left this one a bit close, but it's all good. It's all good. Only one
trying.
F-15
Yep,
down.
yep.
Smoke's in the air.
Just die, you big son of a... Whoa. This one's the tough one. This one's the mother boss.
Splash.
Clamshell down.
Good.
Search radar down.
Oh, did you get one? Nice.
Yeah.
It's still got a radar that needs destroying.
Which one?
It's track
One
radar.
of the tall ones needs
Yeah,
destroying.
Site 3?
You still have a missile
Are you
in
saying
on
site
it,
three?
inbound on it.
You need
Yes, Site 3.
yes. You need a clamshell
Site 3
destroyed.
clamshell.
You need a clamshell destroyed.
Still have a missile inbound. Stand by.
Defending.
Without a big bird, it's going to be kind of hard for them to immediately see it.
Clamshell about to be hit, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Got plenty of missiles left, so yeah, it's a radar problem. Nice. You have full permission to either go home or polish the sights up with your guns, or whatever you want to do. Raptors, flying over Fordo. Oh, baby.
You give us permission to do whatever we want to do.
Whatever you want. There's no harm absolutely making sure that they're dead, guys. No harm in it at all.
What are your intentions, Simba?
I'm just gonna fly around.
Have a sexy time.
Okay, that sounds boring. I'm gonna go gun these.
Alright, well, I'm just on Dark Watch.
I suggest you all go down to V-Min. 30,000 feet V-Min. Start really saving fuel.
Oh, it's happening onto the tanker.
I'm turning back to Iraq, yeah.
Yep, check your 2 o'clock high.
What am I looking for?
Contrails. Beautiful contrails.
Yes, beautiful contrails. I just found the B2s. Hey, boys.
And one F-16 right behind them.
Oh, it's you, is it? That's definitely a realistic tactical formation, guys. All you friggin' need to know. Fuel. And down goes whatever that was. Search radar. Get some. Fuel. 2,000 to make it back to the tanker. Supercap's fine. Don't leave it too late, guys.
Grump's not gonna want to talk about it. Grump guns, guns, guns.
B2s are looking sexy. B21.
Flatblade is dead.
Flatblade is dead. Right. F-22s are at Natanz. Well done, F-22s. Sun's going down. And in fact, we've done our job for once, guys. Isn't that surprising? Okay, Bomber.
Wait.
Bomber 7 has split off from the group on his way to Natanz. Goodbye, group. I'll miss you.
155 nautical miles to the tanker, Cap.
No problemo. We are moderately light. F-15s of Winchester turning for home ahead of the B-2s. F-22s have done their loop and they're heading back to Iraq. They'll pick up the B-2s on the way back, obviously.
Speed and power.
Bingo fuel.
Looks like you'll be landing at that site, Grump.
That's fine. I'll claim it in the name of the United States. I don't know.
How about that?
America.
Growlers have had a friggin' afterburners on them this time. What the hell's the matter with them?
Just like me.
US Navy pilots. Oh, here we go. Esfahan about to be jammed. Sun is going down, guys. Nighttime refueling for you lot. Prepare to be demolished. So obviously these are not penetration weapons. They will just hit service targets at Esfahan. Pop. Boom.
B2s are turning on Fordo. Doors are opening.
I'm coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming.
Oh, I think I see it.
Yeah. Pretty easy to see, Grump. Pretty big. Let me know when they're attacking.
I thought Frodo was small.
Yeah, he is.
There we go.
Mops out, boys! Drop those suckers! Oh boy.
Nice.
That's going to do some serious penetrating, guys.
I
Where are
want to
you,
get up
Grump?
close and personal.
Did you get to target?
Yeah, I'm flying over it.
Oh, you sexy boy. Right, fly right over the target now and put some flares out. Let's see if we can take you out with the bunker busters. Ah, there he is! It's Grump! Well done! Alright. I'll see you later.
Bomb go here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ventilation shafts destroyed. Ooh, not want to be 300 feet right down now.
I got blowed up.
Oh, they hit you?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yep.
Well, you weren't making it back anyway, so you were about to beat Iranian Revolutionary Guard
with GBU-57 MOP.
Best way to go. I was going to say, if I want to go, it's got to be a MOP or a Moab. I don't want to get some horrible disease. I just want to get friggin' blown up.
Is the bucket in the MOP?
Right, so Esfahan, 100% turned to rubble. Even Simba's found something to shoot at. Oh, you found one of the sites. Where did you find? Wow, that is one powerful gun. So Fordo, you didn't need all this big tech. All you needed is Simbra and a 20mm gun, as it turns out.
That's it.
Well, I'm afraid to say you wasted your life developing the MOP. So,
Live and you learn.
yeah.
Spit, grit, and a lot of spit got that done.
Emphasis on the spit.
Right,
Keep
everyone
those
turn-
doors open for a while.
Which is stupid, because you'd never do that in real life, because that is no longer a stealthy aircraft. Wow, what happened?
Password 123.
Hey!
it
It worked, Grump, it worked! Natan's about to be whatever the hell happens when you drop that on it.
Simba's taking possession of Fordo.
Roger. I'm just watching this sucker go down. Hit the ventilation shaft, Plix.
Hear that unmistakable sound of boom.
I seem to have fallen in a hole.
Oh dear. And pop.
Oh, yeah.
Natan's down. What's happened to Simba? Go on then. Right, so you have actually landed an F-16 at... Is this Fordo? This is Fordo. Just to... So you're going to do the BDA inspection, just to make sure the penetration happened, right?
Somehow they had to get the information that it was a confirmed success.
Right. Completely agree.
Yeah.
Just send the F-16 down
Just
there.
send Simba in there.
Oh,
Let's just see who... We're not going to do all the refueling and stuff because I'm out of time now, but let's just see who would have had enough fuel to get back. I have... Oh, £700, but it's enough. It's enough to do 50 miles. Cannonball.
1,200 pounds, and I'm closing in on the tanker less than 40 miles.
Dark.
300.
Oh, I don't know if Dark would have had it. I may run it to see if he can make it. 40 miles, maybe. Fire.
Fire's 1,100 pounds
Roger.
and 40 miles.
Simba went for BDA. Grump had an unfortunate incident with a mop. Hurrah.
780 miles from Tanker.
Yeah, you'll just do it. The only question mark is Dark.
I have a long walk through the desert.
Yes, you really do have a long walk through the desert, don't you? You've got, in fact, I can tell you, Sup, you've got to walk 177 nautical miles under a very angry regime. So, good luck with that. Dark, fuel load.
Between 200 and 100.
Oh, he's not making it! If he runs out of fuel and can't make it across the border, you must shoot him down because the Iranians cannot get hold of that IFF tech.
We call that zero eyes.
Yeah.
But don't kill Dark, because we want Dark to fly for them so that he shoots them down.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I guess all their pilots at this point have ejected themselves into a hangar ceiling, so yeah, they definitely need more pilots.
There's no pressure, Dark, no pressure.
Fox 3.
No. See, he says Fox 3, but I don't see any Fox 3s coming off. Oh, it's because I'm looking at the wrong plane.
Oops, how embarrassing for you, Grump. Fuel load Dark.
Not really.
He's going down, he's out of fuel. Oh.
No, I've got a missile to dodge.
Well, Fire was under direct orders there, so he can blame it on the friggin' establishment. It was your fault. You used too much fuel, Dark, and we're not letting them get hold of that airframe. But what about your legacy? What is your legacy doing?
It's just you.
Like every single time I ever get shot at shot in the F-16 or the F-18, it always
tanker
kills
just
my
got
pilot.
hit. Who shot the tanker?
There it is.
Dark!
Got it. Did Dark get it in the end?
It survived! It survived him!
Shrugged it off.
He survived Dark's friendly fire
Won't
this time.
survive that one. Oh, just
That's not
barely
catching up.
missed.
It's not catching up. All right, guys.
that was close.
Good mission. It was very... We're almost... I know we messed around a bit, but we almost had some F-15 shot at and some Growler shot at, but we survived it and got everything done, and all of the sites were taken out, and you can't really ask much more than that, and everything worked. And I'm up here some reason going to break Turkey, question mark. So there you go. Any quick thoughts before I log off?
America.
Huh! Who thought that would have been coming?